For the families of those who are shot by police officers, they may seek to hold those police officers accountable if their district attorney decides not to file charges. The family members may feel like they've hit a stone wall, but a little-known provision in state law allows families to go directly to a judge to ask for charges to be filed. But that could be taken away under a new bill. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with the details. Will?
Well, that's right, Susan. These types of filings are called John Doe proceedings. Now, the families would have to show a judge that they have tried to get a prosecutor to take the case and that a prosecutor has declined. Now, they don't have to prove the crime actually happened outright, just that there's probable cause that the crime was committed. Now, some advocates say that this is an important piece of Wisconsin's justice system.
It has sort of the nickname of the People's Law.
Jessa Nicholson should know. She's the attorney that filed one of the few John Doe proceedings that we've seen here in Dane County in the last decade.
So the John Doe laws were designed to say, well, hey, wait a minute. We as the people feel that there should be a prosecution here, and you're not looking at it.
It takes the decision out of the hands of one person, a county's district attorney, and gives it to the people. When Dane County DA Ishmael Ozan declined to prosecute the officer who shot and killed Tony Robinson, Nicholson helped his family file one of those proceedings, which she says was helpful for the healing process.
I do think that there was some value to being able to go through that process, even if you don't end up with a conviction.
A new Republican bill would do away with the ability for families like Tony Robinson's from filing these proceedings against law enforcement officers specifically.
The ride-alongs I've had with law enforcement, this has been a significant issue, not only for their determining whether they're going to stay in law enforcement or not.
The bill would, however, allow John Doe proceedings to go forward if there was new evidence introduced at a later date. Members of the law enforcement community say this second check is not needed.
We don't think that it's appropriate for someone to try and go around the district attorney and go to a potentially friendly judge when we really do have this wonderful, thorough, and independent investigative process here in the state.
What the Republicans are doing here is they're carving out a special exemption. So if you kill someone, whether on purpose or by accident, the only way that you're protected from a potential John Doe proceeding is if you're a law enforcement officer. Now, to me, that makes no sense.
Democrats pushed back against the bill, which ultimately cleared the state Senate this week. Advocates say, though, it's important for victims' families to have that day in court.
Anytime you take away somebody's access to that day, I think it makes our democracy a little less vivid, a little less vibrant, a little less meaningful.
Now, as mentioned, that bill is working through the state legislature. It cleared the Senate this week, now heading to the state assembly.
We'll continue to follow it, Will. Thank you.